Welcome to Tomorrow's World Today, a show dedicated to the discovery of innovation and cutting-edge technology. We showcase the latest developments from the greatest companies and smartest people in the world. Tomorrow's ideas are out there. And through our journey of inspiration, we will create a plan for the park of the future. This is Inventionland World Headquarters. Here now is George Davison.
Hey, Jackie, I've got a question for you.
George, you always have a question.
Well, you're really figuring it out fast around here. I feel that attitude you've got already. Actually, I'm working on something, and I've got to figure out, where in the world part-time work is going.
Are we not keeping you busy enough here at Inventionland?
It's not for me. I am thinking about a job that I need done, and it's in this innovative garden that we're designing. And I know a guy who's a firefighter. And he is also a part-time landscaper.
Are you worried about your trees catching on fire?
I wasn't till now, thank you very much, Jackie. I think he could really do a good job. He seems like he's got the right makeup, but if something was to happen at that project, I mean, there's a lot of innovation there. If a tree came down and hit something, the general liability of that would be daunting to anybody's project.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there are a lot of people with side gigs these days. Actually, there was a study by Intuit that predicted that by the year 2020, 40% of American workers would be independent contractors.
40%? That's a big number.
You know, with the gig economy thriving, I feel like there's gotta be a way for these independent contractors to cover themselves from liability while they're working on their side hustle.
The insurance industry's gotta have some new technology. So how about this? Could you go down to the firehouse and check it out and figure out what's going on in this new technological world of insurance, and then report back on what you find, will you?
I'm on it. I'm here at the headquarters of Markel Insurance. Founded in 1930, it's a massive holding company for insurance, reinsurance, and investment operations. And that is precisely where the app Verifly comes in. The two companies are working together to allow project or gig workers to insure themselves and people who work for them for bodily injury and general liability with just a few taps of a screen. You can get coverage for an hour, a day, a week, a month, up to a year. Verifly doesn't provide the insurance themselves. That's done by Markel. Now I'm gonna go inside and meet up with Jay and Scott and see how technology is changing this legacy industry.
Most of the economy, 95% of small business has between 0 and 4 employees. They're very, very small businesses. These are the ones that have traditionally been ignored by the insurance industry because they're not big enough. They don't spend enough premium. We have found a way to use technology to bring the A-list carriers like Markel right to their fingertips, and that's really, really important.
So tell me exactly what this app does.
So Verifly allows you to buy business insurance an hour, a day, a month, a year, whatever you need, because that's the way that people work today.
Right at the touch of a screen.
That's right.
Industry statistics are showing that 40% of the U.S. workforce are contingent workers that don't get insurance through their current employers. We're seeing big trends toward the gig economy where people get their work by the job and would like to get their insurance by the job as well. And an annual policy just doesn't match that need. So Verifly, with technology and customer acquisition strategies and some product development, have come up with a solution for that. So we're really excited about serving just an untapped and unsolved for market.
So it's basically insurance on demand. Show me how this works.
I'd love to. So if you want to buy a policy for landscaping, it's as easy as this single-page checkout. So if you want, you can select $1 or $2 million of general liability insurance. If you want to insure not just you, but the people that you're working with, be they contractors or employees, over 20% of our policies now have at least one additional crew member that's insured. Normally, there's a hugely cumbersome process. You got to call up a call center. They're only open sometimes. Then they got to call somebody else, and it's a big issue. But here, you can actually add, additional insureds instantly right from your phone. You can totally customize all of the details and immediately email the certificates to your client, give them the proof of insurance, and actually go and get work, which is the way it should be. As for the insurance itself, you can buy a single hour starting now or up to 6 months in the future So that, for example, if you had a job next Sunday for a couple of hours, you could buy the insurance today and then use that to go get the job. And then if the job is for some reason canceled or moved, you could cancel the insurance before it started for a full refund.
It's so flexible.
So flexible, that's right.
And from our perspective, it solves several things. Jay mentioned adding the crew members. The reason for doing that was because some of the workers that'll come on site with them won't meet the formal definition of an employee and therefore wouldn't have coverage under traditional policy. And we've made that change so that that can happen seamlessly. The other point is with the ability to book ahead of time, that may be required to have insurance to get a job. And we make it very easy if someone doesn't get the job, just avoid that policy and pull back and cancel it for full refund. That's something that's very cumbersome in a traditional sense from traditional brokers. But with the use of technology, we make that seamless and easy.
So there's no paperwork involved. It's just the touch of a button.
Everything's digital. You can give your additional insureds or clients access to the system to get emailed PDFs of your policies and your certificates, et cetera, but everything is completely digital.
Streamlined insurance. I love it. I'd love to see it in action.
We set up some meetings for you. We have a firefighter who's also a landscaper on the side. We've set up an auto mechanic who also bakes cakes.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to go check it out. George, this is the future of insurance, and it sounds like I get to go ride in a fire truck.
We just showed Jackie our app, and now we're going to send her off to meet some of our clients.
Todd is a perfect example of how this works. Todd has a mechanic shop, and he has commercial insurance for that. But he and his wife have a business on the side where they make wedding cakes. So we're also sending Jackie to meet Mike. Well, Mike's a full-time firefighter, but he does some landscaping on the side. And that landscaping is something we can pick up very easily with our app. Some venues and certain clients will require insurance. And even if they don't, it's a good idea to be protected. Verify and Markel have provided a way to do that very economically and very efficiently.
Well, I've made it to the fire station in South Florida. And I have to admit, I've always wanted to ride in a fire truck. Maybe they'll even let me slide down the pole. Hey, Mike,
hey,
good to see you. So what are you doing? Tell me about this.
Well, this is our engine pump panel. So when we get to a fire, we need to get water onto the fire. This allows us to get water from our tank in the engine to the fire through all the hoses and everything. As a driver, you have to get a certain amount of hours schooling. You have to pass the test, and then you have to get certified on the truck. So as a driver this morning, I'm just making sure everything's good.
And this is all your gear?
It is.
That's a lot of stuff.
It is, but it helps protect us from heat and flames.
So do you wear it while you're driving?
No, not when I'm driving, but when I'm not driving, I'm in the back, and that's when I put it on.
Got it. Well, show me around.
Okay. I got out of the Air Force, and I wanted to do something that was as similar to what I did. Being a firefighter was a logical choice, and I don't regret it, but it's physically tough. You have to be in good shape. When we first get the call, we're really excited and ready to go, but then we start thinking, okay, now what do we have to do? Now we have to go to work. Next, you got your atypical firefighter helmet. This is mine. You want to try it?
I'd love to try it on. What do you think?
Awesome.
Very official, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Firefighter Jackie to the rescue. All right, what's next?
Next is our pants and boots. I'm not going to be wearing that today as I'm driving, and we don't do that.
No boots and pants while driving, but you throw them in the truck?
Yes.
Got it. All right, let's load it up.
All right, you get the boots and pants, I'll get the rest.
Okay. Oh, these are way heavier than you think they are.
Today we're going to take Jackie on her first fire truck ride. As an apparatus driver, you are in charge of the vehicle, everything on the vehicle, and then everyone in the vehicle. So there's a lot of responsibility put on our shoulders to make sure everyone arrives to the scene in safe condition.
Tell me about your shifts. How many hours are you on? How many hours are you off?
124, then you're off for 48, then you're back on for 24.
Okay, so one full day at a time. And that's why you can run your landscaping business so successfully.
Yep.
That makes sense. Firefighting is a pretty intense job. It seems like you'd be glad to have a day off. Why did you decide to add a second job in?
I'm the kind of guy that needs to do something. I don't like really sitting around that much.
I'm sure there's a lot of adrenaline in this job, and you're not someone that likes to sit still.
Ready to see what this baby's made of?
I can't wait to see it.
The driver has the best job on the department. It's a little bit of adrenaline, excitement, and then also thinking, okay, what's going on? And then you have to quickly decide, okay, what am I going to do when we get there?
That's awesome.
Everyone loves fire trucks. Everyone loves firefighters, and I think it's just the nostalgia, because every little kid always wanted to be a firefighter. You put anyone in that truck and they have a smile ear to ear, just like Jackie did.
Mike, that was so fun. Thank you so much for taking me.
You're welcome. Did you have fun on your first ride?
I had the best time. It was perfect.
Well, enough fun for now. I have another gig up north. I'll meet you at the car.
Sounds great.
All right.
See you there. Let's go landscaping.
This gig originally was a 2-day job, doing some landscaping, and then the owners wanted to expand upon that. It took a couple more people than what I initially estimated. Originally it was 2 days, but then the owners, they wanted to redo everything, so it turned into from 2 days to 3 months.
Oh, wow. That's a huge change in scope.
Yeah. So thankfully, we got the app. It's pretty easy to use this app, actually. A couple of button pushes and you're insured. So let's go ahead and do general liability,
Okay.
bodily injury, and I
Great.
think it's going to take about 7 hours to do.
7 hours.
We got to do it.
Okay, well,
All right? There we
that
go.
looks like the easy part of the job. I'll leave you to the hard stuff.
All right. I'm able to specify how long I need the insurance for, and I can add or take away as many people as I need. The great thing about this approach to insurance is that I don't need a whole year's worth of policy coverage. I can clock in, clock out as much as I need and still be insured.
So how many people do you have working with you on this job?
Originally, it was just me and one other, but then when it got expanded to 3 months, I brought in a couple more people.
Oh, nice. Just through using the Verify app, you can accommodate that. A couple taps on your phone and you can insure them one by one.
Absolutely.
I love it. How simple.
Yeah, we're going to have to actually do that when our helper comes back, too.
Oh, great. I hope they get here soon. Otherwise, you're really going to put me to work.
Maybe. So I brought Jackie along to see what we did. We made the herb garden for the dog. We planted and potted a tangerine tree, and then we pruned some dead palm fronds. We open up the insurance today for myself and for one other worker. At the end of the job, we close everything out and we're no longer insured. When I get to my next gig, when I arrive, I'll open up a new policy. When I'm done with that gig, I'll shut down and cancel that policy.
It looks like you have one happy customer right here.
Looks like we do.
It's been a great day. Thanks for letting me come along for the ride, but I gotta go meet up with a mechanic / cake baker.
We'll be sad to see you leave.
Thanks, Mike. It's been a fun day.
Always.
All right, you guys have a good one.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right, let's go. I'd rather be a firefighter, but I like having the opportunity to have a second gig like this. Always got loads of work here in Florida. Tons of opportunities to open up and have extra gigs.
Hey, George.
Hi, Jackie. How are you? Things going okay?
I'm having a little too much fun. Mike took me around the fire truck in South Florida, and that was a blast. But what was really cool was getting to see how instantly he was insured the minute he got to his landscaping job.
Oh my gosh, that sounds innovative. So there is some technology here.
Absolutely, and he's fully insured, so I say you can hire him.
All right, sounds good. So we're gonna have him working on the innovation garden soon. You have some other surprises that you're gonna learn down there? What else is on your list?
Well, next I'm heading to meet Todd Riddle, and he is a mechanic full-time, but his part-time gig is a cake baker.
A cake baker? That's a unique combination, isn't it?
Absolutely. I can't wait to find out more.
Sounds good. Have fun. We'll see what you can learn.
Sounds good. I'll fill you in when we get back to the office. Bye.
I got into the body shop business kind of by accident. I had changed careers a long time ago, and somebody offered me a job in a body shop. I didn't have any experience. He gave me the chance. I really enjoyed seeing the cars, trying to figure out what's wrong with them, putting it on paper, and then getting it through the process. I enjoy it. I like the challenges. Good morning. You Jackie?
Hi, you must be Todd.
I am. Pleasure to meet you
Nice
finally.
to meet you too.
You mind if we just walk and talk, and I got to look at a car as well? Show you the shop?
You bet.
Awesome. We're just gonna walk through, give her what goes on day to day. I have to deliver a few cars. I think she'll understand how the whole shop process works really well. Come on this way, we have a customer car to look at. Just I have to check it, go over it, make sure everything was done correctly. This is one we just finished. We replaced a fender on the front. So we look at details to make sure that it's done correctly. The bumper cover, the door. Make sure it's kind of clean because of the dust and everything. It gets all over the cars. So
Probably a lot different than when it first came in.
most of the time, they're much cleaner when they leave than when we get them. So yes, it is. But it's part of the whole process of getting the cars back to the customer in a timely fashion and clean. One of the favorite parts of my job is seeing a completed product after it's been in a major accident. That's pretty neat to see the guys do their job.
Seems like you have a pretty big shop here.
We have 3 rooms that are just like this, 2 body rooms and 1 whole paint shop.
So how many cars do you guys see in a month?
Usually on the average, somewhere around 300 or so every
300?
month. Every month, yeah.
Oh my
Come
God.
on this way. I got to meet a couple guys and talk to them about a couple other cars real quick.
Great.
Day to day is never the same. Today's cars are getting so much farther in technology that we're learning new things as technicians, as estimators, as body shop managers. We have to learn things new every day. It's an ongoing challenge our whole industry has, and it's one that we're pretty capable of doing. It's fun. This is Junior.
Hey, how you
This is
doing?
Jackie.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, we looked at the Escape. I need you to adjust the mirror just a little bit on that Escape before we get it up to the customer. Tiffany, do you have any problems with anything that's back there?
Not currently.
Okay. Gil, you have a Mustang in the back that I need you to get trimmed out because we need to get that cleaned up today. And you as well. You have a Tahoe back there, needs a grill or something in it. We need to get that handled as well, okay? All right, thanks, guys.
Yep.
You got a lot of wheels turning here, Todd.
It's constant, every day of the week, it's crazy. But, I mean, that's what keeps us honest, I guess. So if you want to walk back up front, we can get this car delivered, and then we kind of break and go to the cake side, which is kind of peaceful at that point. It's kind of fun.
Well, let's go.
Okay. You know, we deal with so many challenges today in the collision industry with time we're taking to fix cars. It gets so hectic trying to balance that, trying to balance the repair, and then balance the cost of the repairs. Because insurance companies really kind of hold down exactly what we try to do every day. It's nice to be able to go to this other side when I get home, work on a cake to where you're the one that's challenging yourself, no one else is, and you're total control. It's very gratifying at the end when we have a completed cake. Everybody's happy, the bride or the party, that we're at a happy birthday party. It's nice. Now that Miss Furbish is all done, would you like to go have a little bit of fun and play with some cakes?
Let's get to it.
Awesome, come on. We have a wedding cake to deliver this afternoon, so it's the perfect time for her to come see what we've got going on and show her off. People get so surprised. They see this bald guy that messes with cars this whole time, but then he wants to do cakes on his hobby. We've had a few customers that we've met. They're not really thinking that I'm actually the one working on the cakes. They don't believe that I would do the cake for them. And at the end, they get really surprised when they see it. Come on in, Jackie. We're getting ready to start our cakes and try to relax a little bit after that hustle and bustle at work. One of the things I need to do real quick, though, is I need to get on my Verify app just because we need to make sure that we're covered in insurance, get some general liability insurance. I'd like to add you guys on as well.
Ooh, me too.
I have to add my wife, but I'd like to add you on and put you to work.
Let's do it. I'm ready to work.
Once I found the Verify app, it was really neat to how easy it was to apply to what we do on our cake business. We can itemize it to one individual cake on one event. I can add people to it to help protect me as the vendor, and we can protect the cake as we go to and from the venue. I like it.
Listen, Todd, in my ancient history, I was a pastry chef for one summer in college.
Well, then I have something for you, because I could put you to work. I have a cake that I need to have decorated and one that needs to go into the oven as well. So you could decorate and I'll put it in the oven.
Deal.
Okay, we're done. After meeting Jackie at the shop and talking about the cars, and then we were talking about cakes, really not sure she's too convinced that I can do this. So I'm really kind of excited to show her what we've got going on at home. Hey, come on over and I'll see if we can get you going on decorating this cake.
Okay, I hope I'm not too rusty.
I've already done the fondant work on it, but now we need to do a little bit of decorating work. And my idea of what I'm doing with this cake is we settled on putting a ribbon at the very bottom and just some real small little polka dots of white royal icing all the way around the fondant part of it. You up for the challenge?
Seems doable.
Well, here, I'll get us started and give you an idea of what we're trying to do. All I want you to do is to just pipe on the little dots all over the cake as we're doing it here, in just any kind of random order all the way around the cake.
I can do this.
Well, then here you go. I'm gonna hand you it off. Don't mess my cake up.
Passing me the baton.
Absolutely.
Should I stretch first?
You know, my helper today, Jackie, she was very relaxed because I was trying to put a little pressure, but she did really good. Helped decorating the cake and helped getting it into the vehicle. She did a wonderful job for me. I want to thank you so much. I've got to go now, deliver it to the venue. The good part of the insurance is I'm covered from here to the venue. I can take my picture that it was done, complete, not damaged, and then cancel my policy, and I'm all set.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I better let you deliver that cake. I'm going home.
Thank you so much for being here.
Take care, Todd.
Appreciate it.
Hey, you're back. How was your first mission?
Fireman and food, Two of my favorite things.
Oh, well, welcome back.
Thank you. I think I'm gonna like this job. It was so interesting how your friend Mike, the firefighter landscaper, he clocked right into his policy the minute he got on the site and then added his helper in no time.
Wow, that's interesting.
I know. And then Todd, the mechanic and baker, he could cater each policy to each different cake project.
This sounds like some pretty good technology.
You know, George, as you continue to search for inspiration, I think the real takeaway from this discovery mission, it's important to hold on to what you're passionate about. I loved getting to see how these two totally different people balance their full-time job with a side gig doing something that they love, and how technology helps them to do it safely and legally.
Well, that sounds good. Being able to get coverage for a business and a person quickly and efficiently, that sounds like a sweet deal.
Speaking of sweets.
Uh-huh.
Tamara told me that she likes to bring you back a little souvenir from her travels.
Uh-oh, here we go.
My new friend, Todd in Virginia, helped me, and we made this cake for you.
Aw, that is so sweet of you. Thank you very much.
Happy to do it.
Are you trying to butter me up?
Well, a little butter, sugar, and some other secret ingredient that Todd just wouldn't tell me about.
Oh, I like secrets. But is it scalable?
Only if you eat too much. Enjoy.